people, welcome to Culture Shock. Today we have a whole heap of things to discuss, but before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Enrique Thompson. I'm a political science student, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a jack of many trades, and truly why I'm here today is because I care about what you think. I'm joined here with
Kashan Grant. Hello, everyone. I'm a first year political science major, a model, a dancer, and an artist, and a lover of the culture and the arts. I am here today to tell you exactly what you need to know and what you need to keep up with.
My name is Colton Scott. You can also call me CG. I'm here. I'm a political science major. The reason why I'm here is that I want to create a new cultural shift where youths them engage them, other stuff.
And lastly, I'm Tanique Harrison. I'm a second year law student at the Mona Faculty of Law, and I'm here, like my fellow co-hosts, to offer some level of semblance and some level of reasoning in terms of the legal aspect of it all. I hope to engage in various riveting conversations with my co-hosts, and stay tuned.
So, what are we here to provide to the audience?
For one, we want to talk about politics, we want to talk about culture, we want to talk about the economy, we want to be out on the streets interacting with people, we want to be on the campus. So we want to take a holistic approach to interacting with Jamaican people and educating them, right? On the things that are
Definitely.
important.
So this podcast is not just about strictly politics, as what Enrique says. We're just trying to create like a new culture shift for the youth. There's more things to do in Jamaica than just say Jamaica's a whole lot place. It's a different side, isn't it?
Yeah.
I agree with Carlton, probably not on the wall down point, but we aim as a podcast in general to offer youths, not only youth of course, but just people in general, understanding on a more personal level of things that are happening in Jamaica and the globe, as well as how they affect us and others. So we're just trying to offer youth's perspective, I would say, on these topics, and have fun while discussing these things.
Yes, and we're trying to say we're no longer fully done a thing now, but we're still fully bright.
Fully bright.
Fully bright.
I like that.
Why exactly should we, as citizens, care about just topics in general surrounding our well-being?
We can see that when it comes on to politicians, a lot of them just get away with things because people don't care, so we don't understand our rights or certain things that are there for us to keep us protected, because that's how people in power feel like they can give themselves 200% increase and give you a 2% little chupats.
I believe that we as a society should care about, especially what we on the podcast have to say, because we provide a different perspective. We are a new generation up and coming, and we have a voice. We have our own opinions that may differ from the older generations that have came before us, but they should still be valued and be heard because we know what we are talking about. We have great access to the internet, more than most, and I would say that with this new amount of energy that we bring, it should be listened to because we're there.
And just to add to that, Chrissy, it's very important that we shift from a society that is so apathetic towards the political process, right? And to, as you say, we represent the people. We're the voice of the people. So this is a platform for the youth them out there to watch and to relate to us, and they can look and say, I agree with what Emma said, or I agree with what she has said, but I'm not in the space or the position for my voice to be heard. So this here is a good thing because we can project our voice on behalf of millions.
True.
That's very true.
Speak up for those who can't speak for themselves.
Yes.
Exactly.
We make the people aware, make the people awake, and we make the people active.
That part.
Yes,
That's
of
definitely
course.
the thing.
And on that note, everyone, I'd like to invite you to stay tuned to the end of this episode when we have a great interview with the great and fabulous Stephanie Marley, the founder of Orico Jamaica, or parent company here.
All right, so guys, what has been happening in the world at least?
In the past couple of days, Trinidad has been given a new prime minister, Stuart Young.
Yes. I saw where basically upon his appointment, he decided that, listen, we're going to have an election. So that was like, I know, like in our context, of course, general elections are constitutionally due in September.
Yeah.
I think
Yes, every
September.
5 years.
Every 5 years,
Right.
September.
And I don't know, it's like for the Caribbean, it's giving very much voting period because Belize too just recently had some election thing going. I think it was some by-election for the opposition party. Don't fact check me on that, but I know that they have something going on. We have something coming up, which I am very interested in seeing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was such a, I don't know if it was a power move or what it was, that upon his appointment, he was like, listen, we're going to reshuffle this cabinet
I mean, it could be a
election.
power move as well, but he's probably trying to find legitimacy because a lot of times when a prime minister is not elected, but when the prime minister, a previous prime minister resigns and new leadership come into the party, people don't want an elected leader because a lot of person will dispute say that person might not be elected leader because they just elected from the party, but not necessary their leader based on elections.
Right. So
Yeah.
they don't have authority because authority comes from legitimacy.
Yeah, without legitimacy, the people won't really feel secure in their leadership. As if they didn't appoint you there, then you're only there through links, as we say.
Yeah,
Links.
definitely.
Speaking of Jamaica, we have a lot going on our own soil. You know, we have budgeting debates. We have the possible instatement of a 15th parish. Now, what do we think about that?
Well,
I mean,
before the 15th parish, my highlight of the debate was Favor Williams. And she
yes.
said, put on
2,000
$22,000
a month.
every month
You'll
for
be able to
3
buy
years.
Get a
Yeah.
full
buy a full
Yeah.
box at the end of
Chrissy,
that.
why do the calculation? Because every that matter that
Yeah.
How much that would be?
72 grand. lads. 72 grand.
Now think about it, right?
Mm.
I'm not sure if it's a step in the right direction, considering, the salary increases that would have just happened recently for government officials, and seeing that a lot of these people, the workers and the citizens of Jamaica, the backbone of the country, that is, I don't know how exactly, especially considering the state of our economy and just the global economy in general, how this $16,000 is really going to have that impact, especially
Excellent
with
point.
these households having more than three
Definitely.
And
persons.
just to add to that, when we look at the track record, Jamaica's track record, and inflation and all these other things, how significant will an additional $1,000 be?
Listen,
Realistically,
the other day I tried to buy a Carlsberg juice.
Well, like $50 for one now?
It was even $50. It was $100, and I was
$100?
like,
That's
alright.
crazy.
So before we get into the trending topics, I have a question. When you guys were going to school, right? How many parishes did they tell you existed in Jamaica?
14.
14, right? 14. Alright, so
14.
recently I saw where they're trying to make a 15, 15 parish, a place called, I don't
What
know
name again?
I don't know if anyone know it.
I'm not sure. I think Carlton come from
come
the
from
Portmore.
I
Yes.
just learned all the 14. Can you remember the next one?
The Supreme Court has basically put an injunction on the bill for Portmore in this year to become a parish. My thoughts personally are that I don't think Portmore, in this, no offense to you, Portmorean, I don't think Portmore should become a parish, and I feel like the court kind of siding with me, but
Yeah. I agree. I'm siding with you as well. Not as a Kingstonian.
you
I
see
know.
Kingston represent?
Yeah, I know most people think that Kingston play. They don't want to place in Jamaica and everything else a country.
I mean,
Though that may be true.
that's not a lie.
But yeah, but as a Jamaican, I don't really see it as the most necessary change. I believe that Portmore is a great town in and of
It's a
itself.
city.
It's not a city.
It's a city.
There's 2 cities in Jamaica.
No,
There's 2 official cities in Jamaica, that being Kingston and Montego Bay.
What makes
The
Portmore a
closest
city?
thing to next becoming a city is
Sunshine
St. Anne.
City.
Is it Ochi the next thing to do?
No, I can't put
Can't-
Ochi.
I would put
Ochi for tourists. That's for tourists.
over
That's for
Portmore
tourists.
any
I
day.
mean,
Ochi has more
the
things.
entire
So
Jamaica
think
is a
about the
tourist.
things
So.
that.
No.
Think
Portmore have beaches. Portmore have
What beach?
yeah, we have Elsha, we have Boardwalk.
Elsha?
Elsha, that's it.
Like the Elsha that going through soil erosion as we speak.
It's building.
Elsha that have how much thing
We have four
crocodiles.
crimes. Look how much part people at Sugarman Beach.
Elsha is the new Black River.
Where,
So,
no.
okay.
Hey, no, this is stuff like that.
Okay,
No, but
Where you
realistic.
keep them carnival? And on Sugarman Beach,
You
or
will
Portmore?
keep them carnival
Beach carnival.
on the campus.
No, but I'm saying beach carnival for you, it keeps at Sugarman Beach.
Okay.
In Portmore.
Okay. And what is the turnout to that as opposed to Ring Road
Because Ring
on
Road-
campus?
We want because
It's
Ring Road free. Jamaicans are free this.
After the aftermath also has more persons than
And we
Dewey
pay for
Beach,
it,
whatever that is.
Yeah, well, people.
And you have to pay
No,
for
well,
that.
but Aftermath still cheaper.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll leave it. Just I'll leave it.
I have a question. We want to talk about gerrymandering, right? Let's look at it from a different side.
I mean, for the viewers who don't know what that is, what is gerrymandering?
For the viewers that don't know what gerrymandering is, to put it simply, you're just basically moving parish boundaries, right? And it's a tactic, it's a political tactic that is used to garner more votes. Okay, so what's your position on that? Why is the Andrew Holness administration in particular pushing for Portmore's 15 parish? Is it politically motivated?
I think I'm not from Portmore, so I'm going to leave that part to the Portmorean here. But my thought on it is more than likely it is, politically motivated because
So betterment of people is politically motivated.
Everything is politically
that
motivated.
part, everything is influenced by politics. We can't get away from it. If a politician, no shade to the politicians, but if a politician want you vote for them a morning, they will make sure come give you your flour and your barrel and your donkey and this. They will make sure you get it by the night before, so the next morning you vote. So it's like, it goes in tandem, in my opinion. It goes in tandem.
So
But I think it is politically
Yes.
motivated.